The Earth had changed in the last century. After decades of exploration, humanity had built colonies on Mars and mining stations around Jupiter. Yet even with all their progress, they had never found a single sign of alien life. Some people began to believe that humans were alone in the galaxy. Others thought something, or someone, was hiding. Captain Elena Cross, commander of the exploration ship Odyssey, was among those who still believed there was something out there. She had seen too many strange energy readings in deep space to think otherwise. Her crew respected her not because she was perfect, but because she never gave up. Humans, she often said, didn't reach the stars by waiting. They reached them by fighting for every inch of the unknown. The Odyssey had been sent to explore a region near the edge of the Orion Arm, where long-range sensors had detected an impossible anomaly, a massive circular structure floating silently in deep space. The data showed that it was at least 10 kilometers in diameter, made of a metal that didn't match any known element. It emitted no energy, no radiation, nothing. It was completely dead, or so everyone thought. When the Odyssey arrived, the crew gathered at the main viewport. The structure hung before them, black and silent, its edges shimmering faintly in the starlight. It looked like a giant ring, half buried in cosmic dust. Even the stars behind it seemed dimmer, as if light itself hesitated to pass through. "What do you think it is?" asked Lieutenant Raj Patel, the ship's science officer. Elena stared at it, her eyes narrowing. "It's a gateway," she said softly. "And it's sealed." The crew exchanged glances. The word gateway carried weight. Humanity had theories about wormholes and jump rings, but this was something ancient. Something built long before humans learned to light a fire. They launched a series of drones to scan the structure. Every one of them failed. Some crashed, some vanished. One returned, but its data logs were blank, overwritten by something unknown. Yet the drone's camera had caught a single image before it died, a glowing pattern deep inside the ring, like a symbol pulsing with faint blue light. Elena didn't believe in luck, but she did believe in purpose. "We're going in," she said. Raj turned from his console. "Captain, the readings are unstable. There's a chance it could react to energy." "Then we'll tread carefully," she replied. "We didn't come all this way to turn back now." They approached the ring slowly, their ship gliding forward with silent precision. As the Odyssey neared the surface, the ship's systems flickered. The lights dimmed for a moment, and the hull sensors picked up a soft hum, like a heartbeat deep within the metal. Then the hum stopped. Elena took a deep breath. "Scan complete?" Raj frowned. "Negative energy patterns. It's not dead, it's sleeping." The word sent a chill through the bridge. If the structure was alive or aware, it could mean anything. A defense system, a machine intelligence, or worse, a trap. They decided to deploy an away team. Elena led it herself, wearing a sealed exosuit as they floated toward the giant ring. Its surface was rough and ancient, carved with lines that looked almost organic. As she brushed her glove across one groove, her helmet lights revealed markings, symbols unlike any language known to man. They weren't random. They looked designed. Then, as if responding to her presence, one of the symbols glowed. "Captain," Raj's voice crackled through her comms. "We're detecting a power surge inside the ring." "It's waking up!" Elena stepped back, heart pounding. The once dead surface began to pulse with dim blue light, spreading outward like veins carrying energy. The hum returned, louder this time. Dust scattered as if repelled by an unseen force. "Return to the ship," she ordered. The team launched off the surface, their thrusters firing hard. Behind them, the massive ring began to rotate slowly, ancient mechanisms grinding against time itself. The space around it twisted, and energy arcs flashed across the surface like lightning. Back aboard the Odyssey, alarms blared. Raj shouted, "A gravitational field is forming. It's pulling everything inward." Elena strapped into her seat. "Reverse engines, maximum thrust." The ship strained, engines roaring as it fought the growing pull. But the gateway's power was immense. Space itself seemed to bend around it, creating a whirlpool of gravity and light. Then, just as suddenly as it began, it stopped. The ring froze in place. The lights faded. Silence filled the void once more. Everyone on the bridge exhaled. They were alive. Barely. "What the hell was that?" muttered the engineer, Mara Quinn. "It almost tore us apart." Raj examined the readings. "It wasn't an attack," he said slowly. "It was testing us." Elena frowned. "Testing?" he nodded. "Like it was scanning the ship, learning." The captain leaned back, her eyes locked on the view of the alien ring. Then it knows we're here. For the next 2 hours, the Odyssey orbited cautiously. They took new readings and found something strange. The gateway had left an imprint, a data signal encoded in the ship's computer. It wasn't a virus, but a message. They tried decoding it, but every attempt failed. Until Mara noticed a pattern. "It's not alien math," she said. "It's human numbers, embedded in alien code." Elena leaned forward. "Explain." "The message uses prime numbers, just like the old Voyager signals. Whoever built this, they knew about us." The bridge fell silent again. For the first time, they realized that maybe this gateway wasn't a relic from a lost civilization. Maybe it was a message left for humanity. That night, as the Odyssey drifted quietly near the gateway, Elena stood alone at the observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly beyond the glass, but her gaze stayed fixed on the dark ring glowing faintly in the distance. She thought about Earth, about how far humans had come, from caves to cities, from oceans to planets. And now, to this, a door sealed in the darkness of space waiting for them. "What are you hiding?" she whispered. The ship's AI responded quietly. "Captain, incoming data stream. Source the gateway." Her heart froze. "Display it." The screen lit up with a new signal, an image blurry but clear enough to recognize. It showed a massive world filled with strange towers, blue skies, and 3 moons. A single line of text followed, written in both alien script and perfect English. "The gateway awaits the worthy." The transmission ended. Elena stared at the message, her mind racing. Someone or something had sealed that portal long ago, and now it was calling to them. She turned toward the stars, her expression hardening with resolve. "Prepare the ship," she said. "We're going to open it." Outside, in the silent void, the alien gateway pulsed once, softly, like a heartbeat in the dark. The Odyssey drifted in the black expanse near the gateway, its hull shimmering under the faint pulses of alien light. Captain Elena Cross stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the massive ring before them. She felt a strange mix of fear and exhilaration. Humanity had faced dangers before, but nothing like this. Nothing that seemed to judge them before even interacting. The words of the transmission echoed in her mind. "The gateway awaits the worthy." She had no doubt about one thing. This was a test. But tests in space weren't written in textbooks. They were written in energy, gravity, and survival. And this one was ancient. "Captain," said Lieutenant Raj Patel, the science officer, "I've analyzed the incoming data. The gateway, it responds to consciousness. Not to energy or mass, but to thought patterns. It's as if it's reading us, our intentions, our intellect, our humanity." Elena's gaze never left the ring. "So it doesn't just want people. It wants humans." Raj nodded slowly. "Yes, specifically humans. Nothing else in this quadrant can match its criteria. It's impressed by us, I think. Or it wants something from us," Elena added, her voice tight. "Something only humans can give." The crew gathered on the bridge, the hum of the ship's systems matching the distant pulse of the gateway. It was Mara Quinn, the engineer, who broke the tense silence. "Captain, I think I can open a pathway," she said, eyes bright behind her visor. "If we match the frequency of its pulses with our ship's energy output, we can synchronize with it." But as she hesitated, "But it could also activate whatever is inside." "We have no idea what inside means," Elena considered it. Humanity didn't reach the stars by standing still. "Do it," she ordered. "But carefully. Keep shields on maximum. We do this by the book. One mistake and we might never come back." Mara's fingers danced across her console, and the Odyssey's energy began to hum in response to the alien ring. Blue arcs of light traveled along the ship's hull, dancing like tiny lightning strikes as the gateway mirrored them in perfect synchronicity. Then the first shift happened. The space around the ring seemed to ripple, as if reality itself had a crease in it. The stars stretched, twisted, and briefly disappeared before snapping back into place. Crew members stumbled, gripping consoles as their stomachs flipped from the artificial gravity fluctuation. "It's working," Mara gasped. "We're aligning." The pulsing light at the gateway's center intensified, growing from faint blue into a blinding white. Elena shielded her eyes. Her heart pounded, not with fear but anticipation. Humanity had crossed a threshold. They were no longer mere observers in the galaxy. They were participants. Suddenly, a voice filled the bridge. It was not electronic, not human, but calm and resonant, deep yet clear. Humans, why have you come? The crew froze. Elena's hand went to her comms. This is Captain Elena Cross of the Odyssey. We seek knowledge. We seek understanding. We wish to prove ourselves worthy. The voice hummed, considering, judging. Then it spoke again. Knowledge is earned. Worthiness is shown. Are you prepared to face the trial? Elena glanced at her crew. Each one nodded silent agreement. They had come too far to turn back. Yes, she said. We are ready. The gateway pulsed violently. A section of the ring opened, forming a doorway of pure energy. Beyond it lay a corridor of impossible length, walls glowing with the same blue light. Stars visible from the outside were replaced with shifting patterns like a cosmic tapestry moving in slow motion. Raj whispered, awed, It's a corridor through space itself. Not a tunnel, not a wormhole. Something different. Something alive. Elena led the team through the energy doorway, each step making the air feel heavier, the space denser. Their exosuits adapted automatically, but the pressure of the gateway seemed to push against their very thoughts. Mara reached out, touching the glowing walls, and images flashed in her mind. Alien cities, vast oceans, and beings of light moving like water. It's showing us its history, Raj said, or its expectations. Suddenly the corridor split. One path curved upward into darkness. The other descended into a faintly glowing chamber. Elena felt an instinctive pull toward the lower path. It was a gut feeling, a human instinct that had guided her through countless dangers. Down, she said simply. The crew followed, and the path widened into a vast chamber. It was enormous, easily the size of several Earth cities stacked together, but it was empty, except for a pedestal in the center. Upon the pedestal lay a crystalline object, shimmering with internal light, and inscribed with symbols that looked familiar yet alien. Raj approached cautiously. Captain, this is the core. I think this is what the gateway wants us to prove ourselves to. Elena knelt slightly, eyes scanning the pedestal. The symbols began to glow in response to her presence, forming patterns that made no logical sense yet somehow resonated. Her mind raced and she realized she could feel them. The gateway wasn't asking for force or firepower, it was asking for thought, creativity, empathy, and courage. This isn't a machine, she whispered. It's a judge, a teacher, maybe even a guardian. Mara stepped forward. If we touch it together, maybe it will recognize humanity as one. Not just individuals, but a species united. Elena nodded. On my mark, together. The team reached out. As their hands touched the crystal, a surge of energy flowed through them. Memories, visions, and feelings of countless alien civilizations flooded their minds. They saw worlds destroyed by arrogance, planets saved by cooperation, and species rising not by conquest but by wisdom. The gateway tested them, not their strength, but their humanity. It probed their fears, their ambitions, their compassion. Elena felt doubt creep in. Are we truly worthy? Have humans grown beyond their violent past? Then a memory surfaced. Earth, centuries ago, when humans had almost destroyed themselves with war. And yet, despite everything, they had reached for the stars, for knowledge, for unity. The gateway pulsed almost rhythmically, and Elena understood. It wasn't perfection it sought. It was potential. A voice echoed again, but this time it was warmer, almost approving. You have faced yourselves. You have shown courage, wisdom, and unity. You are worthy. But your trial is not complete. The chamber shifted. Walls of light descended, revealing multiple doors, each glowing with a different hue. Each path led to a new test, a challenge not only of body or mind, but of morality and leadership. Elena glanced at her crew. Whatever happens, we face this together. Humanity doesn't win alone, it wins as one. The first door opened, revealing a simulation of a collapsing planet. Entire cities crumbled beneath earthquakes and storms. Raj's eyes widened. This is a test of decision-making. Of who we save, how we respond. Elena's jaw tightened. Then we lead. That's what humans do. We don't abandon anyone. The crew sprang into action, moving through the simulation to stabilize structures, coordinate rescues, and make quick, strategic decisions. Mara found herself repairing an alien energy generator with hands untrained for its technology. Guided by instinct, Raj solved calculations no human had ever attempted, using logic and intuition together, and Elena directed it all. Steady, commanding, but never losing sight of the lives they were saving even in simulation. The gateway observed. And for the first time its pulse seemed pleased. Hours passed in what felt like minutes. Finally, the simulation ended. The chamber returned to stillness, the crystal pedestal glowing brighter than before. A single word appeared in glowing English. Progress. Elena exhaled. We're not done, but we're on the right path. Raj smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. Captain, the gateway, it's learning from us. It's testing not just us, but humanity itself. Elena nodded. Then we keep going. We show it who we are. Not perfect, but strong, curious, and united. That's what makes humans, humans. Outside in the endless void, the alien gateway pulsed once more. A quiet heartbeat in the cosmos. Humanity had passed the first trial. But the gateway had more to teach and more to test. And somewhere deep inside, Elena felt a thrill of hope. Whatever lay ahead, humans were ready. The Odyssey's crew had spent what felt like days inside the alien gateway, though outside only hours had passed. Every test, every simulation had pushed them to their limits, not physically, but mentally and emotionally. Each challenge had revealed strengths, weaknesses, and the essence of what it meant to be human. Captain Elena Cross stood before the crystal pedestal, her crew surrounding her. The pedestal pulsed with radiant energy, stronger than anything they had seen before. The chamber itself had grown, expanding endlessly in all directions, as if the gateway wanted them to feel the immensity of the universe. Elena's thoughts drifted for a moment to Earth, to the countless humans who had looked up at the stars and dared to dream. Humanity had survived famine, disease, war, and environmental collapse. They had not been the strongest species in every challenge, but they had endured. And now, the universe itself was observing, testing, waiting for the moment to judge if humans were worthy. Raj Patel broke the silence. Captain, the crystal, it's communicating again. Not in words this time, but in images and sensations. It's showing a future or possible futures. Elena leaned closer, her mind filled with visions. Human colonies spreading across galaxies, interstellar cities thriving under blue suns, humans standing together against challenges that dwarfed even the gateway itself. But among these images were warnings, civilizations collapsing under greed, wars erupting among colonies, mistakes repeated on scales too large to comprehend. The gateway isn't just testing us, Elena said quietly. It's teaching. It's showing us what we could become and what we must avoid. Mara Quinn stepped forward, hands trembling slightly. Captain, there's a doorway forming behind the pedestal. I think this is the final path. The ultimate trial. Elena nodded, eyes hardening with determination. Then we take it. Together. The doorway shimmered into being, and as the crew stepped through, they were transported to an alien landscape that stretched beyond comprehension. Towering spires of crystalline structures rose from a ground of shifting colors. The sky pulsed with auroras that danced like living ribbons of light, and at the horizon a massive figure emerged, a being made entirely of light, its form shifting yet undeniably intelligent. Humans. The voice resonated inside their minds. You have progressed well. You have faced fear, responsibility, and choice. But now your unity will be tested. Are you ready to act as one? Elena exchanged a glance with her crew. They had come this far together. There was no turning back. We are ready, she said firmly. The being raised what could be called a hand, and the ground trembled. Multiple challenges appeared simultaneously. Collapsing structures, energy storms, holographic creatures threatening cities, and visions of moral dilemmas that demanded impossible choices. Each crew member instinctively split duties, Raj calculating solutions, Mara repairing or controlling alien technology, Elena coordinating the team. Unlike the earlier trials, this one tested them as a unit. One wrong decision could doom the group or fail the challenge entirely, yet they moved with precision, communication unspoken but understood. Their instincts, honed by years of human cooperation and struggle, guided them through every obstacle. During a particularly violent energy storm, Mara risked herself to stabilize a conduit that threatened to collapse the holographic city. Sparks flew, her suit systems overloading, but she succeeded. Elena caught her just in time, hauling her to safety. You okay? She asked. Mara smiled, Exhausted but triumphant, Raj solved a complex problem that required understanding the alien logic of the gateway while applying human creativity. The solution didn't follow the rules exactly, but it respected the intent behind them, a combination of alien technology and human intuition. One by one, each test fell before them. And all the while the being of light observed, shifting subtly, almost imperceptibly nodding in approval. Finally, the last trial appeared. A mirror of the crew's own faces reflected in a pool of shimmering energy. Each reflection acted independently, representing their doubts, fears, and selfish impulses. To pass, they had to confront themselves, not as individuals, but as humanity. They had to prove that their species could act with compassion, courage, and unity. Elena stepped forward, eyes fixed on her reflection. I am not perfect. I cannot control everything. But I will lead. I will protect. I will learn. She reached out and her hand touched the pool. One by one, the crew followed. Each member confronted their reflection, acknowledging weaknesses, accepting responsibility, and embracing the strength of their unity. The pool rippled, then vanished. A brilliant wave of light spread across the alien landscape, lifting every obstacle, every challenge. The being of light grew brighter, more defined, until it resembled a massive constellation, a living map of the universe. You have passed, the voice said. You have shown worthiness not through dominance but through understanding, courage, and unity. You are ready. The light surged, pulling the Odyssey and its crew back to the chamber of the crystal pedestal. The gateway pulsed one last time, then began to fold in on itself, returning to a dormant state. The energy doorway closed, leaving only the black ring floating silently in space. The crew sat in stunned silence. They had survived the trials, faced the gateway's judgment, and proven the strength of humanity. Elena finally spoke, her voice soft but filled with awe. We've done it. We've shown them, shown ourselves, what humans are capable of. Raj smiled, still catching his breath. Not just capable, Captain, exceptional. We weren't perfect, but that's the point. We adapted. We learned. We survived. We grew. Mara laughed quietly, shaking her head. And we did it together. That's the part that mattered. None of us alone could have passed. Elena turned to look at the alien ring one last time. It hung silently in space, dormant, a sentinel waiting for the next species brave enough or worthy enough to approach. She felt a strange sense of gratitude. Humanity had been tested and now they had passed. Set course for Earth, she said. We have a story to tell. And maybe a new path to guide humanity forward. As the Odyssey accelerated, leaving the gateway behind, the crew marveled at the stars. Each one felt different now. Not just explorers, but messengers. They carried knowledge, insight, and the understanding that humanity was capable of greatness when united. Courageous and wise, the alien gateway remained in the darkness, a monument to a civilization that valued growth over destruction, knowledge over ignorance, and understanding over power. And somewhere in the silent pulse of the ring, the gateway waited. For humanity to rise even higher. Elena walked to the observation deck, looking back at the fading structure. She smiled faintly. We'll be back, she said softly. Stronger, smarter, together. For the first time, the crew of the Odyssey felt not just like explorers, but like the torchbearers of a species ready to embrace its place in the cosmos. They had faced the unknown, met its judgment, and emerged human, stronger than ever. The universe stretched endlessly ahead, and humanity had taken its first step beyond being observers. Now they were participants. The gateway had sealed, but the path it opened within humanity would remain forever unsealed. And somewhere in the distant stars, where light bent and time whispered, the alien gateway pulsed faintly once more, a heartbeat in the cosmos echoing the heartbeat of a species ready to rise. The human race had been tested, and it had not only survived, it had triumphed.